I bought a mic stand. Guinos, as you may know, I just underwent hair surgery and unfortunately, they could not save all of it. Yeah, they told me it was some procedure called a hair cut, whatever that means. But it's okay because I make a video now. So have any of you guys ever talked to an older relative about one of your hobbies, like say, I don't know, making YouTube videos or playing video games, and at the end of a long spiel about how passionate you are about them and how fulfilling they are to you, they just ask, so how much money do you make from doing that? It's such an awful question, and one I always dread when I'm talking to someone I don't really know about my hobbies or interests. Most of the time it completely blindsides me too. It's like they think it's a huge waste of time unless I'm making some amount of money from it. This is especially the case when I'm talking to other STEM majors, who are probably most well known for their incredible ethics and understanding of what makes people happy. This attitude is also permeated online with business influencers and TikTok entrepreneurs telling people that the only way that they can be happy or successful is to start a drop shipping business with all of their free time. Listen man, I know you're really enjoying Astrobot, the only game for the PlayStation 5, but it's not making you any money. What you should be doing with all that free time is starting a Redbubble store, where you steal a bunch of art and throw it on t-shirts, and then you can relax as you watch $5 roll in every month. I made a video about this kind of thing over a month ago now, called Resellers Are Ruining Our Hobbies, where I talk about how I think resellers are ruining our hobbies. I wanted to elaborate on a point that I made near the end, how nothing can just be for fun anymore. That line of thinking has legitimately ruined some hobbies for me, like collecting Pokemon cards or retro games. I just lost interest and accessibility to the hobbies whenever the prices skyrocketed, and instead of communities being full of people that actually cared about Pokemon or retro games or whatever, it was full of speculators who were treating it like investments. Is it possible to make money off of something you genuinely care about? Hell yeah it is, and it's awesome when you can make it work, but the problem lies in the motivation of why you're doing it. Are you doing something because you genuinely like doing it and then the money followed afterwards? Or are you doing it because you saw it as an easy income and decided to pick up a side hustle? To give you an example, there's a subreddit I used to look at from time to time. Yeah, I know, I get it. It's called NewTubers. It advertises itself as a place for new creators to give each other advice, to connect with one another, you know, all that good stuff. Recently though, I noticed a growing trend of people joining that community simply in it for the money, which, I mean, I can see why. A lot of bigger creators on this platform make a good amount of money doing something that they genuinely love. The problem with that money-centric mindset though is that they're forgetting the second part. The reason that this is such a fun and easy job for those people is because they enjoy doing it. On the contrary, every other post on that forum is about monetization, about getting more views, about getting more subs, just a general I want to get bigger energy, which, I mean, it's a fine thing to want. The problem lies in the focus of their questions. They're not asking things like, how do I become a better creator? They're asking things like, why aren't I making $1 billion yet? They only see the end result. They don't see the struggle that it took to get there. Plus, just because you see people having fun with what makes them money doesn't mean you're gonna like it too. Nothing worth having comes easy. To quote some guy or whatever. Basically what I'm trying to say, looping back around to what this video is actually about, is that passion should come first. Creative and fun hobbies, and I guess hobbies in general, are only fun and fulfilling if you actually enjoy doing them. Otherwise, it's just another job. Behind all of the want for wealth and the pursuit of success, what's left? If you weren't trying to make money all the time, what would you be doing? Would you still be doing all of these side hustles, or would you find a hobby that's actually fulfilling to you? Just because it doesn't make you money doesn't mean that it's a waste of time. Don't let anyone tell you that. Hell, don't let anyone tell you that anything you like doing is a waste of time. My personal belief is that as long as at the end of it you're happy, you weren't wasting any time at all. In my opinion, the real waste of time and effort is attempting to lead an unfulfilling career through hustle culture. Things like drop shipping, reselling thrift store items on Depop, or like clip farming on TikTok and YouTube. You're not gonna be happy by doing that. You could spend that time working towards something that you actually want to be doing and it can make you money. These aren't the only things that are available for you to make money on the side. You could find something you genuinely like doing and focus on it as a hobby first and then as a money maker second. And I'm not trying to say that you should immediately know your calling whenever you're looking for a job or going to college. I didn't. It took me a long time to start doing YouTube, like for real, and I had wanted to do it ever since I was 10 years old. Before that, I had only attempted to make videos here and there, which are never going to be available to the public because one of them is titled Cooking Chadley with Chad Sands, and I do not want anyone to ever see that ever again. My point is that it started as a hobby. I was doing it purely for fun. Would I like this to be my job someday? Yeah, of course I would. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna say it's my side hustle. It's my hobby, and I just happen to make money from it sometimes. I feel like more and more, especially online, people are told that they have to optimize their hobbies to make them money, and that's just not true. Do what makes you feel happy and fulfilled because it makes you happy and fulfilled. If you want to collect Pokemon cards because you like Pokemon cards, hell yeah, man, go for it. I've got all of these in here that I never intend on selling just because I like the way that, look at that, that's so cool. Not to say you can't collect and like them and also want to resell them later down the line. I mean, you're part of the hobby. You like them because you like Pokemon cards. But if your sole purpose for buying these things is to resell them back to the market, first of all, I hate you. Second of all, just become an investor, man. You would make so much more money that way. Then you could find a hobby you actually like doing. We've got a limited amount of time on this funny blue oblate spheroid we call home. And wouldn't you rather spend that time doing something you love rather than optimizing a bunch of side hustles? And I want to make it clear, I understand if you do these things if you're short on cash. Life is getting more and more expensive, so it makes sense to me why it's appealing to monetize everything you do to make more. Keep doing that if you need to. It's just frustrating to me that so many people hold the belief that you can't have anything in your life that isn't in some way an income. Anyways, Guinos, I just wanted to make a quick video about this. It's been on my mind lately ever since I saw a tweet where a guy was talking about how he goes to fighting game competitions, and when he was talking about that to someone else, they asked if he made any money from it, and he just got depressed about it. It shouldn't have to be about money. You're allowed to do things strictly for fun. I think in general, people just need to be less focused on money and more on what makes them happy, which is an incredibly profound thing that nobody has ever said before in the world. I also wanted to thank you guys for the immense support I got on my last video. It's been unreal. It means a lot that people like the things that I'm creating, and they like the way I create them. Videos still would have gotten made, but now I'm glad that more than 2 people in my family get to see them. I've got more stuff planned coming up in October. I may have something for you guys. I don't know yet. I'm still in the planning phases, but we'll see. I'm just in general really excited for the future of this channel. Anyways, Guinos, I gotta get back to the operating table. One of my doctors just called me, and they said that while it's probably gonna take a month, they can get me a 1/4 inch of my hair back.
Keep stepping at your own pace, stepping